are untouchable. We are unstoppable, and we are undisputed.
What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. It's been a while since I've been here in front of the camera, but a few days ago I asked for your guys' questions over on Instagram. It's been like over a year or so since I've done a Q&A, so we're just going to be doing that. Nice chill little video, get me back in front of the camera, you know the deal. So if you're not following me on Instagram, go and do so you could be included in these in the future. First question is, what do you want to see in the MCU Phase 4? First question is, what do you want to see in the MCU Phase 4? And well, this is kind of awkward, because I think the next day after I posted this thing, the whole MCU Phase 4 lineup was kind of revealed. But in terms of which one I am most excited for, probably Thor. But as for ones that they haven't announced so far, I could definitely see Black Panther 2, Guardians 3, and another Spider-Man. But I am very excited for movies like Thor, Doctor Strange, the What If series, and a lot of the Disney Plus stuff, the Sam and Bucky one. There's just a lot of great MCU content coming up, and I'm very excited. The next question is, what are some of the weirdest things you've done in your YouTube career? Well, I think that all narrows down to one single video, if you guys know what I'm talking about, and that is the Roman Strowman video. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I basically just made a really weird meme video where I took a Braun Strowman body of a figure and put Roman Reigns parts on it. I was kind of just like, why don't I do this and throw a bunch of memes on it? Maybe it'll be funny. I don't know. It was something else, but I think it's still up there. It's called like the greatest WWE figure custom of all time or something like that. So if you want to watch that, go and look for it. It's kind of weird. So yeah, that's definitely number one. Next question is, when are you taking the WWE Heavyweight Championship off of Malcolm? And as far as I'm concerned, I'm basically the uncrowned champion. I did super kick him at WrestleMania. He chickened out of the match and we just had a fight in front of Barclays Center. But yeah, I super kicked him, so I really should be WWE Heavyweight Champion right now. Maybe we actually do need to have that match so I can super kick his head up again. What do you say, Malcolm?
Let's get ready to rumble!
Put your hands up, put your hands up.
Landing on his feet.
Next question is favorite wrestling attire. There are a lot that I like out there. Thanos, Seth Rollins is definitely up there. A lot of Gargano's attires. I do like Mustafa Ali a lot, his attire from WrestleMania 34, specifically the Sub-Zero one. Otherwise, yeah, I like a lot of attires. There's a lot of gear out there that I'm a big fan of. Next question is, did you cry to the end of Avengers Endgame? I cried multiple points during that movie. I think it really started hitting me once Cap lifted Mjolnir, and then it just kept coming and coming and coming, and then I just started crying tears of joy as all the Avengers were coming back in. Really, whenever it was like the whole Avengers Assemble part, I was like crying pretty hard actually. Because I remember actually going and seeing the first Iron Man movie. I have been here since day one of the MCU. There's only actually one Marvel movie I haven't seen, and this may be kind of weird, but I have never seen Doctor Strange. I really want to. I've heard a lot about it. I basically know what happens, but for whatever reason, that is the one Marvel movie I have yet to watch, and I really need to change that before the new one comes out. But yeah, there's a lot of tears of joy with the whole Avengers Assemble moment. That whole scene there, the final battle, was just so much fan service, and it was amazing. I was just enthralled. But then towards the ending with Iron Man dying and Captain America and all that, yeah, that was pretty sad, and I definitely cried. And honestly, I'm not afraid to admit that. I feel like if you didn't cry just a little bit, you're not like a real hardcore Marvel fan. But yeah, I'm actually like not a crier at all. I barely ever cried, but that movie, I was gone. There's only literally 2 movies that I've ever cried in. Endgame and whenever Star Wars returned with The Force Awakens, and that was just like one little tear whenever a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away came on the screen. Next up, we got 2 similar questions here from Wyatt and Malcolm. Wyatt asked, if it wasn't Ciampa, who would it be? And Malcolm asked, if Ciampa had to retire, who'd be your new favorite superstar and fuck Wyatt fan? I agree with that second part, because Wyatt's a thought. And I'm actually scared of this happening, because I don't think Ciampa's still 100%. I think he's getting a lot better, and it looks like he's going to make a return. But I was really sketched out for a while that he wasn't going to come back. But if I had to pick a second favorite, I'm guessing it would probably be Adam Cole. I'm a big Undisputed Era fan. Ever since they did the whole Undisputed thing, I already had my YouTube channel before that, so I thought it was really cool off the bat. I love heels. I love Kyle O'Reilly's style specifically. Roderick Strong being out of the group has made it even better in my opinion. And of course, like Adam Cole, he's one of the best wrestlers in the world. I just love the Undisputed Era. So Adam Cole would probably be my new number one. If it wasn't him, I did like Seth Rollins a lot before Ciampa, but I feel like he's kind of fallen off lately. Could be Ali. I'm a big Mustafa Ali fan. Yeah, there's a lot of possibilities, but I think the number one choice would probably be Adam Cole. Why Sunday is close to Monday, but not Monday? Anime, that is all. I can't say that I've ever watched anime, so okay. What is your favorite ladder match? If we're talking about multi-man ladder matches, definitely the opener to NXT TakeOver New Orleans when they crowned the first North American champion. That match just had so many crazy spots and it was insane being there live, the reactions and all that. Go watch my TakeOver vlog if you want to see that. But yeah, that was just absolutely crazy. But if we're talking about one-on-ones and probably overall, my favorite would be Edge versus Jeff Hardy at Extreme Rules 2009. There's just some insane spots in that match and I was just so enthralled watching it. And then to have CM Punk come out and cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase at the end, it's just, wow. Edge and Jeff Hardy are two of the greatest of all time and that match just really proves it. If Mattel made an Elite Great Khali, would you buy it? Be honest. No, it has to be an Ultimate Edition and he has to be packaged holding the World Heavyweight Championship upside down. If that happened, I would buy all of them. GTS Wrestling or AEW Wrestling? Alright. I know a lot of you are probably fans of Grimm because a lot of you watch me for my figure stuff, but Grimm is a backyard wrestling promotion where AEW is run by professionals and AEW is already nearly on the level of WWE. Their superstars certainly are, the company not really because they're still sort of establishing themselves. In my opinion, it's like not even close. AEW is so much better. These are like two different categories here. We got professional wrestling, we have backyard wrestling. No hate on Grimm though, I know a lot of people enjoy that. That's just not something I watched. I don't think I've ever watched his wrestling shows at all. I used to watch him way back when he did figures when I was a kid. But yeah, that's just not really something I'm into, so AEW all the way. My best figure find in a store. I can't really remember a specific one, I don't think. I do live in Canada and a lot of our retail just sucks all the time. We never get new figures, so usually it's like going somewhere and finding it. But if I had to narrow it down to one, I remember we got lucky one time and we got one figure early, like right when the US got it, and that was the Network Spotlight Finn Balor figure in the NXT TakeOver Dallas Chainsaw Massacre attire. That, or I remember at WrestleMania, I think last year in New Orleans, I was very excited to find the WWE Shop exclusive Hardys, but I kind of knew they were going to be there. So yeah, I'm going to stick with Finn Balor. How much figures do you have? Way too many to count, man. Yeah, I have no idea. I just have a couple of bins right now. They're not displayed at all. As you can see, I've got my replicas on my shelves right now. I do want to get them back on the shelves at some point, but I don't know when that's going to happen. Maybe when I do that, I'll count them. But if you want an honest guess, I'm guessing like in the 300 range, somewhere around there. That's just a wild guess. It could be like way off of that, but probably around 300. Favorite wrestling move? There are so many that I love. The RKO is a classic. Lumbar check, Cedric Alexander's finisher. I love a good super kick when it's done right. I'm a big Mustafa Ali fan. I love the 054. Ricochet's 630 is also incredible. Ciampa's fairy tale ending, of course, you know I love Tommaso Ciampa. There are just so many amazing finishers out there. I don't think I can quite nail it down to one. There are just so many amazing moves out there in wrestling. I couldn't really name one specifically. Who is the worst wrestler in your opinion? I think it's down to two people, either Bobby Lashley or Baron Corbin. I'm gonna lean more towards Baron Corbin because I know Bobby Lashley used to be decent, but yeah, Baron Corbin, I don't find any redeeming qualities about him, I'm not gonna lie. He's not a good wrestler. His mic work is kind of like, his character's like a high school bully. I believe Trey also pointed that out. But yeah, I just don't really find anything redeeming really about Baron Corbin aside from his finisher. His signature, I mean, it's okay, the Deep Six is alright, and his theme song is very good. That's literally like all I like about Baron Corbin. Speaking of Trey, can you expand on the UWF roster or make a video breaking it down? I think that is going to come after New Dawn. I'm going to do a video breaking down the card and a little bit of backstory into that. But for a more in-depth breakdown, I'm probably going to wait till after New Dawn because I don't want to spoil a lot of the superstars who could be on New Dawn or like things that'll happen on there. I'll probably it'll make sense to do it after New Dawn because like champions will be crowned and stuff like that. It'll make a lot more sense when we get there. But yes, everything will definitely be broken down before like regular episodes start. It might just come after New Dawn. When did you notice your YouTube and Instagram start getting popular? For my YouTube, I think it was once I had my first video that just started doing really well, and that was a figure arena showcase. Some of you might still be with me who watched that video like way back 3 years ago. But that was my first video that I think passed 1K views and it just kept climbing. And then I made like a second arena video and it kept climbing. And then I started making the figure draft videos and they just took right off. So probably once I started making those arena showcase videos, because they started taking off and getting a lot of views and pulling a lot of people in, which meant growth. Also, I think after Survivor Series and NXT TakeOver, that's kind of when I started to see more of a steady decline, way back in 2016. As for Instagram, I don't think there was really a specific time. Honestly, maybe it was when I started dating Indigo. She's got a lot of followers on Instagram, so that could be it even. And finally, from Indigo, why do you like Tommaso so much? It's simple. You like Johnny Gargano and it's fun to fight fight with you. No, honestly, I'm just such a fan of heel wrestlers. I always have been. The first heel I really gravitated towards was Seth Rollins in 2015 when he turned. I loved Kevin Owens at the time. And DIY were one of my favorite tag teams for a while. I was there in Toronto when they won the tag titles, so that just gave me a big emotional connection to them. Of course, that match was just insane. You obviously know, because you know me best, that I've always been a big NXT fan. And I'm guessing it was because I liked DIY so much and because he probably ended up being the heel. Maybe if Johnny was the heel, I'd like him more. But I really like Tommaso's character work. His promos, he can just play the crowd like a fiddle. And on top of it, he's just an amazing wrestler. Like, I've always loved great heels, and he's just the perfect heel, amazing wrestler, just all around perfect superstar to build a company around, in my opinion. And yeah, I like him a lot. He was a super nice guy when I met him too, so that probably helped. But I don't think I could specifically nail it to one thing. But yeah, Tommaso Ciampa is my favorite. That's all I can say. I don't know. I don't have any like real specific one or two reasons. But yeah, there's a lot of things that go into it, I guess. But yeah, I just love Tommaso Ciampa. All right, that is going to do it for the Q&A, guys. If you do want to see another one in the near future, hit the like on this video so I know that you guys enjoyed it. Go follow me on Instagram down in the description so you guys know if I do another one of these, you guys can be a part of it. Subscribe to the channel to never miss an upload. Turn on those post notifications, guys, and I will see you in the next video.